Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a speed build of a classic family home, traditional family home. It's a family home. I don't know what to call it. I think I'm going to call it classic family home when I upload this. But it can be all of those things. Recently I have been kind of in this mode where I only build modern homes, which is actually kind of weird for me because I don't normally build modern homes in like my free time and my own personal gameplay. I always build family homes because that's the type of gameplay I like, is like starting with a family and like generations and all that jazz. More like legacy challenges. And it's been weird that I haven't actually built one since the start of my channel. So I decided to give it a go and build a better one because the first one I built in my channel I'm not 100% proud of. I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't my best work. I felt like I could do better, and so here we go. This is hopefully me doing better. I really like it. I like how it came together. It's not an open floor plan like a lot of the homes are, a lot of the speed builds you see nowadays. It's more of a kind of a closed off, sectioned house, and I really like how it turned out. I'm really happy with the furnishing in particular because it's something I haven't done before really. I used more kind of old-fashioned antique style furnishings, but you'll see that a little bit later. Right now I'm doing the roofing. Big fan of the roofing. I like that little double gabled roof, and I put a little bump out at the side so that way that little roofing section wouldn't look weird and awkward. And instead of using a normal railing on the front porch, I used half walls, and I really like how that turned out. Oh, my voice is cracking. God, I'm going through puberty at 20 years old. Congratulations. What was I saying? Oh, I didn't use a railing. I used half walls. And I like how that little kind of higher up section and the lower section, I think it looks really interesting, especially with the big windows I used for the house. So, big fan. Big fan of that idea. I'm pretty sure I used it because I've been building a lot recently, and my next house I already have completely built, and I'm just had to do the voiceover for it, and I'm pretty sure I used that same technique in that house as well. So, if you like it, get excited. The next build will also have that little architectural design feature, but right now we're working on the floor. Oh, see, I hate this little I hate the little plain look that the gable roof has there, so I put a little thingy there. I'm pretty sure I've used it in all of my kind of traditional homes I've built so far. I need to find something else to put there. Like, I wanted to put a window there, but it wouldn't fit, and so I just put a little like vent, I guess. I don't know. I need to figure out something else to put there, or like figure out a different way to roof it. I don't know. I just hate how plain it looks, you know? It just doesn't look right and it looks unfinished, so I don't know. I keep saying I don't know. I don't know why I keep saying I don't know. I'm just in a weird headspace today. But right now we're just putting in the back porch. I'm pretty sure I move on almost immediately to the furnishing after this because I don't know why, but I was really into furnishing that. I keep saying I don't know. What is with me today? I'm just in a weird moment, I guess. I don't know what's happening. I said I don't know again. Should I put like an I don't know counter on the video and like figure out how many times I say it? I think I'm going to do that. But we're going to be moving on to the interior after I put in the windows. I like using these big windows because I think they look really kind of fancy and more, I don't know, more expensive, I guess. I wanted this house to seem like the nicest house in the neighborhood because I built those other two starter homes previously. You've seen them on my channel. If not, check it out. I'll probably put them in the link down below. If not, you can just click on my channel and find them. And I wanted this one to be the biggest and most grand, and so I like these really big windows with the cool like overhang part on the top. But now we're moving on to the interior. I did it a weird way this time. Normally I'll put in all the flooring and all the wallpaper and all the doors and everything first, and then I'll start furnishing. But this time I kind of almost just, I put the wallpaper in for the living room and the kitchen, and then I just jumped right into the living room. I didn't even put any flooring or wallpaper in the other 3 or 4 rooms, and I don't know why I did that. I feel like I was really in a furnishing mood, and I just wanted to just start putting furniture down to see how the house would turn out, because I wasn't sure if I liked the floor plan the way it was at that point in time, because the kitchen slash dining area looked like a really big space, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to fill it up and if I should change it and put the dining area and the kitchen in here instead of in the other room, because this right here is going to be the living room. And in the end, I actually needed to make the kitchen and dining area bigger because it was too small. So I'm really happy I put the living room in here and made it more of like a common area. And I really like how cozy it is because I use this really cushy couch, and I use more brown and tan tones, and kept it very neutral, and I think it really lent itself to that the traditional kind of family home style that I had in mind. And I use more what's the word I'm looking for? I use the modern coffee table, but I keep all the other furnishings in the house very, very what's more old fashioned, I guess, or dated. I don't know. I don't know what how to describe it the way talking about. Like this bookshelf right here. That's more of a kind of antique style bookshelf, and I wanted to keep that kind of throughout the house. I wanted the house to seem like it was older with the cool crown molding and the baseboard on the walls. And so I keep that style, especially in the kitchen, the dining room. The kitchen, the dining room is very classic and very kind of older fashioned, I guess. I don't want to say old fashioned because it's not like outdated, but you'll see when we get there. But the what's the word? Living room. I'm a mess today. The living room is very neutral and I like how it looks. It's almost done. I just put a little plant in the corner and a couple more decorations on the coffee table and we should be done with that. But I was really inspired by this house in particular, especially this living room. And in the next house I build, it's very, I wanted to build a tinier version of this essentially. So it's going to be like a tiny family home. I really like the end product because it's a very cramped house, but it's got a lot of personality in it. I hope you guys are going to like it. But right now I'm putting in all the knickknacks, my patented little kind of like book on the table with a little tissue. Like everyone uses the same decorations in their builds. We all know it. No one's really got, I mean, the Sims 4 doesn't have a lot of items if you think about it. Like even if you have all of the expansion packs and the stuff packs, people tend to reuse things over and over again. And I think it's because a lot of the stuff in the game just aren't usable in like actual homes. Like they're decorations for kind of stylized builds and not really useful for everyday, like my sim lives here type of home. I mean, depends on how you like to play your game. It could be right up your alley, but for people like me who like to keep the more traditional style, I guess, or I don't know how to describe it, but that kind of style, if you know what I'm talking about, like this house kind of style. There's not a lot of things that you can use without having to keep repeating and using the same things over and over again. I feel like that's why I've been building a lot more modern homes, because I feel like there's a lot more modern items in the game, and this game is very much geared towards more modern furnishings, I guess, and that's why I feel like I've been building with it a lot more, because there's more options and I don't want to keep being repetitive and building the same thing over and over again. I don't know where this blurb came from. It just kind of popped in my head, like this little thought moment. But yeah, that's my opinion. But right now we're doing the dining room and the kitchen. It is one giant room, and I really like how it turns out, because if you walk in through the front door, you can see all the way to the back door, and it's more of a, I don't know, more of a congregation space where you can have a bunch of Sims sit there. You can put people at the island, but I felt like the dining table took up enough space that I didn't need to do that. So in the end, I just left it there and didn't put any chairs. But you can totally add chairs. I like how I did the back porch with this the little roofing like this, because that's how my actual front porch is in real life, with that little like slanted roof. And I didn't know if I was going to make it work, but I really like how it turns out. I was going to try to use it in my tiny family home for like the front porch, but in the end it just didn't work out. But I need to use that more often because I like how that looks, like aesthetic wise. It looks very clean. I don't know. I like it. But right now we're doing the dining room. At one point I used this rug right here. I wanted to use it so badly. I tried using it probably 3 or 4 times before I eventually get rid of it because it was way too small. It didn't look right. But in the tiny home that I build, I do include it, so I'm very happy that I got to actually use it because I like how it looks. It's very old-fashioned and antique. I keep saying the words old-fashioned, antique, dated, stuff like that. I need to stop saying that. I mean, it's the best way to describe it. I need to expand my vocabulary is what we're finding out here today. But I really liked that rug, and so in my tiny home, I do use it as like the living room rug, and I love it. I want it in real life. I think it's really cute because it's I'm going to say antique again, but I think it looks more, I don't know, more up to current fashion, I guess. The way it's kind of patterned and everything with the colors, the tan colors, I think it looks nice. But right now we're adding the decorations to the living room, which I put in just like a typical china hutch and a plant, which eventually gets removed because I wanted to, I think I had to put in a trash can. I always almost forget to put in trash cans, but there is one in this house. Do not worry, you have a trash can. This is going to be kind of like a little kind of side decoration spot. Nothing too fancy, just somewhere to kind of fill up the space. If you have like pets, if you have the Sims 4 pets, you can definitely put in like a dog bowl or something there. There's extra space. I don't like to fully fill up my houses like all the way to the point where there's like no extra space, because I feel like whenever you move into a house, you gradually accumulate a lot of stuff and you want to have space to keep including more and adding pets and family and stuff like that. So I do leave a fair amount of room for you to add things that you want. This little side table, very basic. I just didn't like how flat that wall looked, so I put in the side table. I think I put in like a plant on top of it. Or no, I put a globe on top of it. I think it looks cool. But I just wanted it to kind of make the wall look more interesting. I tried putting a bunch of stuff on it, but nothing was really working. So at one point I think I just like leave a plant on it. But then I go back and I get rid of it because it looks stupid. And there's a lot of plants in the dining/living area. I add another plant in the kitchen area too. But yeah, this is me trying to figure out what I want to do, seeing if I just want to... Oh, my voice cracked again! Oh my god, I'm going through puberty! What is happening? Ugh. Anyways, I leave that plant there for a while until I start looking at more decorations. And this is me kind of... I liked how the dark wood of the dining table looked, and the light wood of the kitchen just didn't look right, so I got rid of it and replaced it with these dark countertop... No, not dark countertops. Dark cabinetry with the lighter countertops. So I feel like it looked a lot more cohesive than having just the light wood on that and the dark wood in the dining area. I prefer this. But right now we're moving on to the more appliances and the more appliances? That doesn't make sense. Adding appliances to the kitchen, adding the decorations. Here comes the globe. I love that little globe. I think it's so cute. I'm glad I put that in there. We're back to the kitchen. I put a coffee pot and a microwave because I feel like that's something this house would probably need. And we're just putting decorations on it. I put the little cookie jar on top of the microwave because I feel like if you just leave the microwave without anything on top of it, it looks very bland and very plain, I guess, and doesn't add anything. And putting a little thingy on top just makes it look more realistic, like someone lives here and they keep the cookies on top of the microwave to keep out of the kids' reach, stuff like that. I like how it turned out. I think that's a cute little thing I do. I also put books on it sometimes, like cookbooks. Yeah, it's pretty basic. I mean, it's not like a visionary choice, but I like how it looks in the end. And then I'm just adding more decorations, little spatulas, a fruit bowl, everything. I have play tested this house, and do not worry, you do have space to cook and use everything, so you should have no problems, I hope. And if there is problems, I'm sorry. I did play test it, so I don't know what's wrong with you. But just putting a little plant, very basic kitchen. There wasn't a lot of counter space, so I didn't want to overload it. And then I put that plant on the table, so I felt like that having that bigger plant by the hutch just didn't look right, so I got rid of it in the end, just to make sure that we had space for everything. And now we're on to the bedrooms and putting in wallpaper for the bedrooms and the bathrooms. It's a family home, so I did include a child's bedroom, and it is going to be a very stereotypical pink bedroom because I don't think I've made one of those so far. I don't think. I honestly don't remember. But I wanted to keep that cute kind of like pink style, and I didn't want to... I mean, it is rather feminine, but you could always have your male child Sims or teenage Sims living in there. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. But I really wanted to go for the whole pink style. But right now we're on to the bedroom. I wanted this kind of neutral tone because I think neutral tone bedrooms are super pretty. Like in my bedroom personally, I have very neutral tone, like gray style with like yellow walls. And I really like how it looks. So I wanted to translate that into this and give it a very classic feel and a little old-fashioned with the fixtures and everything and the side tables, but the bed is nice and updated. And I did include like this little kind of, I don't know what you would call it. You'll see in a second. We'll talk about it then. But right now I'm just putting things on the side tables to give it more personality because I like putting little decorations on them to make it seem like before they go to bed, they read a book or they have something on there or they've got an alarm clock, just to make it more realistic and not as bland as it normally is if you just put like a lamp on it. This is what I'm talking about. It was like a little, what would you call this? It's just like a little, it's not a vanity because there's no chair, but it's a little spot where someone can stop and just check their makeup or check their hair or something before they leave their room. I like how it turned out. I put a bunch of little bottles and stuff on it, and I also put like a little foot rack, shoe rack underneath it, and I think it looks nice in the end. I put a little, what is that plant? I don't know what that plant is, but it's pretty. I need to figure out what that is. But I put that on there just to kind of give it more of a textured look, I guess, because it's a small bottles and I wanted to have something larger to kind of balance it out. So put the plant there. A little hamper. I didn't include laundry, so whenever I don't actually include a laundry machine in any of the homes, I put these fake hampers in there because I don't want your laundry to pile up and not have a washer and dryer, because that just doesn't work. I like everything to be applicable, I guess. And now we're on to the bathroom. Very basic. Bathtub, shower combo, toilet, sink, all the magical things that you need. The second bathroom for the more public area and the kid is just a normal shower. I did not include a bathtub in there because normally when you've got more of a public bathroom, you just have a shower. You don't normally have a bathtub. In my experience in living of 20 years. But just putting in basic decorations. Bathrooms come together rather quickly for me because they're not extremely difficult. You don't need to put a lot of stuff in here. And now we're on to the girls' bedroom or the boys' bedroom, depending on how you like to play your gameplay and what Sims you have. But I really like how it turned out. It's very cute, very pink and purple style. In the tiny version of this home, it's not like a tiny replica of this home, but it's like a tinier family home. I did include more of a masculine green and blue style bedroom. So if this is not your cup of tea, the next speed build that I will be uploading will have more of a bedroom, a child's bedroom that's catered to your style. So don't worry, I do make sure to include everybody. But right now, just putting in a bookshelf, basic decorations. I wanted it to have everything the kid needs or teenager needs whenever they need a book, they need to have somewhere to do their homework. I wanted to put these little pink pictures on the wall, but I wanted to include the dinosaur and the elephant because I didn't want to just use like the bunny rabbit. I wanted it to have more of a, I don't know, a different feel. I didn't want it just to be all feminine. I felt like that was a little stereotypical. I wanted to put stuff on top of the bookshelf, but it like hovered over a little bit. So you're going to see me try a couple things, but none of them really worked out. So in the end, I leave it bare, which is a little disappointing because I felt like it could have looked cute, but everything hovered over it, which is super annoying. Oh well, there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, this is pretty much the final look of the girls' bedroom, and this is the final furnishing of the house because now we're going to be moving on to the outdoor look and everything. I wanted to put a fence around the house because I didn't put fences around any of the other houses in this neighborhood. And I wanted to do the typical style that you see a lot of Simmers do where they have the hedges in between and the little white fence. And I struggled a lot because I was like, well, it wasn't going to work because the shape of the lot. So I just put a bunch of hedges around. And then I was like, no, this looks like garbage. So that gets deleted very quickly. And then I mess around with it for a while. I do cut out a big chunk of it because I did sit there for about 20 minutes trying to figure it out. And my brain was going to explode at one point. It was a lot. So I made it so you didn't have to watch me have a mental breakdown. You're welcome. But yeah, that's the basic look of the fencing. It's just little white pieces at the end and then have the little hedges in between just to give it a classic look. Again, this is a very traditional looking house, so I wanted to keep that style going throughout. And then, yep, you see I cut it. I just didn't want to sit there and watch me struggle and try to talk over it because I would have flashbacks. But right now we're putting in the walkway and doing some of the what's it called? Landscaping. There we go. I have the trash can there. I do a couple little bits of front little flower beds because you gotta have some flowers or else it'll look a little bit plain. I have a little side little flower bed area, and then I also have this little walkway around the side of the house because I feel like the house was in a position where we had too much on either side, and so I need to put something there. So I put a little walkway all the way around in the backyard. Serious Sims don't have to go through the house to get to the backyard if they don't want to. Very basic flower beds. They're not anything special. I do copy and paste pretty much all the flowers around the other flower beds because I want to keep it cohesive. Very cute. I put the garbage can on the side of the house. The little tree with the flower bed. Again, very basic. Copy and paste the other plants from the other areas. And I think we're about to spin around. This is me like checking it out, being like, oh, do I want to put flower boxes? I do put those little white flower boxes in the end. I think they look really cute. I start doing the front porch because I did have a rather large front porch, so I wanted to put a seating area. So a very basic kind of white and gray style because I kept the house blue and white, so I wanted to make sure that it didn't stand out too much in the front yard. And I put a couple planter pots, so if your Sims like to garden, they can obviously put their plants there and they don't have to go in the backyard and stuff like that. But now we're on to doing the more involved area, which is the backyard. I put a lot more flower areas and I had the walkway go all the way around. And in the end, I really like how it turned out. I think it's a very simplistic house, but I think it's perfect for anyone who just does like a basic Sims gameplay. Of course, you could always renovate my houses and like redecorate them. I would love to see that. If you do want to show it to me, you can obviously send it to me on Twitter. I would love to see that. My Twitter is always in the description down below. So if you do renovate it, let me know. Right now we're doing the remainder of the flower beds. Again, very basic. We use those little, what are those called? I don't know. They're like just little shrubbery on the low hanging shrubbery. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's just the basic thing that most simmers use to kind of cover the space. Again, copy and pasting plants around, nothing too inspired. It's just, I wanted to keep it cohesive, so I didn't put too weird of flowers around because I feel like it would just look out of place. And that's all pretty much the flower boxes. Now we're going to be doing the backyard furnishings. I put more planter boxes. I put a grill and a little umbrella table because I feel like it looks nice. I like a little umbrella table. I think they're cute. And I put a little table next to the grill so you could put food down there so the Sims can eat there. Little back porch seating area so your Sims can chat back there and stay out of the rain if you have seasons. So that's always good. And I was struggling a little bit because I didn't know what I wanted to put back here. I was like, do I want to just put the seating area and leave it like that? Do I want to put plants back here? In the end, I keep the seating area. I put the rug in front of the sliding glass door, and then I think I add plants right next to the seating area, just to make it look like the person who lives there likes to garden. They have potted plants there. I feel like I should probably put a bigger rug there, but it's too late now. But now we're going to be doing the, putting a few more decorations, and then we'll be doing the outdoor lighting in a second. Yeah, now we're doing the outdoor lighting. Very basic. I wanted to make sure it was lit up and your Sims didn't like just sit in the dark, and I put lighting everywhere in all the little, what are they called? Little flower beds. I forgot the word flower bed. In a little flower bed spot. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Someone is mowing my lawn right now. Oh well. But yeah, this is the basic final look of the house. Very cute. I think I'm a big fan of my own build. Oh, and yeah, it's a very basic home. Very cute. Very traditional. Family classic, if you want to say. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want the house, it'll be in the description down below. If you like this build and you want to see more content from me, make sure to drop a like down below to help with the channel and subscribe. If you don't like what you see, like and subscribe anyways, just because you can. I'll see you guys in the next video.